Thank you for joining us for the 2-Minute Drills. I'm Aram Talegian, the San Gabriel Valley Newspaper Group football writer, joined by San Gabriel Valley Tribune Prep Sports editor Fred J. Robledo. We have another one, we seem to be saying this weekly, another big one in the Montview League. Yes, the Montview League coming up this week. And when we talk about big ones in the Montview, we can be only talking about one thing: Gladstone, 7-0, playing host to Azusa, even though you're hosting in the same spot Azusa plays. But
Citrus College.
You just switch where you stand during the game and where you sit if you're fans. Azusa, which is 4-3, but 3-1 in league. Gladstone 4-0 in league. So Freddie, we talked about this before. Azusa still with a chance at the league title here to create chaos in the league. Gladstone still with a chance to blow it. There are three teams in the league that have 3-1 records in league. Duarte, La Puente, and Azusa. Gladstone has beaten 2 of those 3. Now they get their shot at
now all of a sudden everyone is rooting against Gladstone right now, because you're right. You create a mess at the top. La Puente, who's at 3-1 and playing Duarte this week, the winner of that game stays in the league title chase if Azusa can beat Gladstone. I mean, that's what it comes down to, because Azusa still has to play La Puente. Gladstone obviously in the driver's seat. There's no way they can do worse than a tie for first. Even if they lose to Azusa, Aram, they finish up with Ganesha and Workman, 2 guaranteed wins. 9-1 is the worst they could do. But look, this has been their dream season for Coach Albert Sanchez. Best start in school history, 7-0. Won the big game over Duarte, the game you flipped. You flipped during the week and went with Duarte. They wound up taking care of Duarte pretty good. And look, to go 10-0 in what could be Coach Albert Sanchez's final season, I think is just a special thing. I don't think they're thinking about sharing anything. No. I think you pointed out earlier in the season there's a rivalry that goes back a long way when you think of Gladstone and Azusa, right?
Yes, there is. And at times I don't think the fans or the coaches have been all that in love with each other, to say the least. So this is a very intense game and situation, and you have to remember the dynamic that's still in play here is, although Azusa's league win streak was snapped, they are still the 4-time defending league champion, and they have a chance to kind of get back into that in this game. It will be officially over for Azusa as far as dominating the league if Gladstone beats them on Friday night. So they're playing to avoid that. But yeah, Fred, I mean, this will be one very, very intense spot. Now, the question is, can Azusa upset these guys? Because if Azusa lost to Duarte the way they did, I don't know what on earth makes us think that they can actually beat, Amasquita and Aaron Sanchez.
Sierra Vista makes you think that could happen. I think.
Well, they haven't played Sierra Vista. Azusa.
I'm talking about when you said what makes you think that they can beat. Gladstone, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, what makes you...
I haven't seen what Azusa's done.
I'm saying Sierra Vista makes me think that this is a winnable game for Azusa. Because that was a close game that took where they really needed to do something in the fourth quarter.
Right.
I think Bassett was another team that at the half was in that game with Gladstone. It's unpredictable. Like I've said, Gladstone clearly has to be the favorite. I think last week they kind of showed in a game where they needed to step up and be big, they were able to deliver. But I think Azusa is still that junkyard dog. I think they're going to come out and their pride is on the line here.
Yeah.
I mean, that game against Duarte. I mean, was that just a fluke? Was that one of those games that got away from themselves with turnovers?
I don't think so.
Or was that who Azusa is? I think you're going to find out this week. And Gladstone, after a big win against Duarte, how do you come back? Because these are 2 emotional games back to back, and I've seen them in some emotional games look great, then come back and look flat for a half and need to rally in the end. It's just really one of those games. I won't be surprised if it goes either way, but I think you have to pick Gladstone. I think they've been the best team all year long. They've got the quarterback. They've got the feeling. I'm going to Gladstone.
Yeah, I am too. Though the thought of the dangerousness of Azusa's coaching staff being the underdog and being in this high-stakes game, that kind of worries me a little bit for Gladstone. But again, I learned my lesson last week picking against Gladstone and Amasquita and Coach Sanchez. So yeah, I agree with you. I'm going to go with Gladstone in this game. No predictions as to whether this one's a blowout or whether it's close, but if it's either, I won't be surprised.
And real quick, we were talking about, Kevin Amasquita and Brandon Martinez. You talk about 2 guys quarterbacking their team to success. Don't you agree both these guys are in the Player of the Year chase?
Absolutely are. Yeah, to say the least. And we'll obviously have to see what shakes out as far as winning league titles officially and maybe getting a playoff win. But there you have it. We both have Gladstone to continue on their march toward 10-0. This game's going down Friday night at Citrus College. It's going to be a very good one. It's a heated one. Gladstone hosting somewhat Azusa. Get out there and enjoy it, everybody.